All right. Tommy Egan pulls up on VIC at the penthouse. Now, this penthouse is very, very nice. Remember, Elise was living in here, but Vic had to get her ass up out of there. So when Tommy shows up, he giving Tommy what little bit of money he has, what little bit of information he has. Yeah, well, shit. That's really all Vic can do right now. That's all he could do right now. But Tommy pulls a gun on him. And Vic's like, man, I done everything you wanted me to do, Tommy. I'm trying. I'm doing everything. Tommy said, you ain't do everything. What information you got on that Stacy Marks? That fed bitch. Vic is like, man, what do you want from me, Tommy? What else do you want from me? But Tommy gives him the gun. Of course, there ain't no bullets or anything in there. But he wants information on Stacy Marks. And at this point, Vic, he probably just shit himself. He's like, oh, well, fuck it. Look, this is what she's doing. She's running the campaign for the mayor. She needs some investors, and she needs somebody with a lot of money. Tommy, you got a lot of money. I know you got that money. So what you gonna do? Tommy said, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and invest that money into her. Once she finds out this dirty money, she ain't gonna be able to do anything once she accepts it. Now, Vic, or is it Vic? Or is it Jason? I don't know. Right now, he's Vic. He's like, all right, look. There just needs to be a lot of money donated. So Tommy said, all right, I'm going to do that. Now, would y'all believe me if I told y'all Tommy had $1 million? You probably wouldn't. But Vic, he has to do what Tommy says. He has to get more information. Now, we don't see Vic for a while because right now, Vic is scounging around trying to figure out life. Vic is in what? What do we say Vic is in this year? This season is about what for Vic? What do we say Vic is in this season? Vic is in pure survival mode. Now, I like this bed. This bed is low to the earth. This is like a California king. This is a nice size bed here, too. I like that. It's a little too low because in the morning I gotta roll over and have like a bar or something that I can help pull myself up to stand up. But I do like these low beds. Him and Ray, all they've been doing is going at it. But we got the cashier's check from Pageant Inc. $1 million and not a penny more. Now, this check came from Tommy Egan. We don't know how, but Tommy Egan had $1 million. So Ray is like, this is a lot of money, Jason. And Jason is like, yeah, you know how it is. We've been making some money. The ROI is good. I'm looking at the stock market. I got a couple of things in my my IRA. I had to move some money around. It's getting a little more aggressive. I got it in the S fund. I'm trying to make some money. One of my investors, they got $1 million, and he said that Stacy Marks, with the DEI initiative and everything that they got going on in Chicago, with the backing of the Chicago Police Department, we good to go. So Ray is like, oh my goodness, I didn't know that you were into all of this, Jason. He's like, yeah, fellas, it's always good to have a good lie. Like, there's nothing wrong with lying. It's always good to have a good lie. It's okay to tell a lie. The reason lies are important in life is because without a lie, you can never get to the truth. You got to have a lie to be able to offset the truth. So Jason, he ain't lying because there's some truth in this. He does have a rich investor. We found out that Tommy Egan has a legitimate company that had $1 million in there. So he ain't lying. He ain't lying. He does have a client that is very, very rich. So Ray, we already know. We already know what money do. Money made the coochie go woo woo. You know what I mean? So that $1 million check got them draws wet. Hey, and then they lay down in the bed and they get ready to get it on. Now, I ain't making this up, man. This is the truth. This is the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So y'all gotta blame Vic. Vic went and got that money. I ain't do this. This ain't got nothing to do with me. But they got that $1 million check, and Vic is really in there, or should I say, Jason. Now from there, this is where it gets interesting because he gets a text message from Stacy telling him to show your ass up. And that's because Stacy Marks, well, she trying to figure out how to get them goddamn mayor, right? Vic is playing hardball. He's sitting right here, arms crossed. He ain't saying nothing. Cause that's what real niggas do. We don't say nothing. We don't bend, pause. We don't fold. We don't do none of that. So while he's sitting in there, Stacy Marks is asking all kinds of questions. What about Tommy? What is going on? Who's doing this? Who was doing that? He ain't saying nothing. Now, what gets him to get to talking?
I'm gonna tell.
Stacy Marks tells him that condo penthouse you living in is gonna be a 5x3 jail cell. As soon as he says that, this nigga Vic went from you're gonna be in a 5x3 jail cell. Look, Tommy and the coalition are talking about expanding their whole coalition. The coalition is thinking about taking over Chicago. Now, right now, they are partnering with Che. This cartel here is very, very bad. Now, there is the Marquez cartel who they're beefing with, but I'm thinking that they might be actually teaming up with the Insane Princesses behind Che's back. But what's going on now is that Tommy, he has bricks. I'm talking about bricks on top of bricks. Also, he may have $1 million. That's hearsay. I'm not for sure, but I will tell you this. Anything you need me to tell you to get me out of going to jail, I will tell you, Stacy Marks. Don't you ever threaten me with jail time. I am telling you right now that Tommy Egan and the coalition, they're partnered with CBI. You know Diamond and Jenard, they're big names in the street. Go look up Diamond. Yeah, Diamond just got out. He just did a 15 piece. He just got out. Yeah, he's a very bad man too. I'm thinking word on the street is he may have took out his CEO. I can't confirm that. Was it the CEO? No, it was his PO. My bad. When he was in prison, he was fucking the CEO. Yeah, I'm telling you everything, Stacy. I ain't trying to go to jail. Fuck all that. But anything else you need to know, just let me know and I'll get you the information right now. For real, for real. Plus, there's a little nigga named D-Mag. I'm sorry for saying nigga, but I'm so nervous right now. I ain't trying to go to jail. So Vic is in here telling everything. Once she said you gonna go to jail, that nigga say, wait a minute, I'll tell you everything. And then she said, oh yeah, that's right. Claudia, she about to be snitching too. So now we got 2 snitches in the family. And both of them are snitching to Stacy Marks about all the criminal organizations in Chicago. The Flynn family knows about all of them. And one thing about the Flynn family, we heard that they gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way to snitch. They're gonna find a way to tell. They're gonna find a way to do anything that just degrades the family name. Vic went and told everything. Once she said you gonna go to jail, that nigga said Tommy and the coalition talking about expanding. D-Mac got a gun, burner gun, and then he gets a text message in the middle of it. Luckily, Tommy texts his ass. He said, where you at? Need the nickel now. That means the Chrome 4.5 to 4.5 on your ass. Now. He get up out of here. Vic like, oh shit, let me get up out of here because Tommy calling now. So it's like, damn, Vic, you just ain't gonna make it, man. You just ain't gonna make it at all. Now we don't see Vic go and give the gun to Tommy. That's one of my pet peeves right now. Don't insinuate something and don't show it. Any other time we get a text message on the screen, we see them physically go do whatever the text message was saying. So we didn't see Tommy get the gun back from what's his name? Jason. Well, Vic. Yeah, Jason here, but we didn't see Tommy get the gun back, but we just had to assume that he gave it back because the gun was on Rashawn when they did the photo and everything. So he goes and he shows up to talk to Ray. Now him and Ray, they starting to get a little bit closer, but he fucks up. And that's one thing also. Always have you a good lie, but remember, don't do too much talking. Like what I'm doing is a lot of talking right now, but you don't want to do too much talking when you fumble. The ball's in his court right now. All you got to do is just play it cool. That's why you just, you know what I'm saying? Keep the conversation to a minimum. So he's like, yeah, I'm doing my thing. I'm successful and shit. He's like, how'd you get into college to become, you know what I'm saying, what you are? You had a silver spoon? She's like, nigga, I had to catch 2 buses and a train to work. I had to earn everything I got. Now, Vic or Jason, He didn't earn a damn thing. He got everything from daddy, Walter Flinney. R.I.P. to Flynn, one of the realest. But he almost fumbles, and he's like, my bad, my bad. You know, I ain't know, man. It's stuff you didn't know about me. Let's dance. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. A whim away, a whim away, a whim away, a whim away. Yeah, so they start dancing. He had to make up for it one way or another. He made up for it with the dancing. So she ain't leave. That's all that is. That's all that is today. That's all it takes. And he ends up texting Tommy and telling Tommy that his sister got wings and she is out of there. And that is the Vic story. Again, like I said, all of their stories are going to be somewhere shorter, but that is the big story. And he basically throwing his sister up under the bus so Tommy won't come after him.